Vishwas, the Wise Banyan Tree. In a quaint Indian village named Sundarpur, there stood a grand old banyan tree called Vishwas. Its roots were deep, its branches spread wide, and its leaves rustled a comforting song in the wind. Vishwas was not just a tree, it was the heart of the village. People would gather under its shade to share stories, celebrate festivals, and resolve disputes. One sunny morning, a group of children sat under Vishwas listening to Grandma, the village elder. She was telling them how Vishwas had been a part of the village for over 100 years. This tree has seen your great grandparents play, your parents grow, and now it shelters you, said Grandma. But do you know why this tree is called Vishwas? The children shook their heads. Among them were Ravi, a kind boy who loved animals, Meera, who painted with bright colors, and Kabir, who was curious but sometimes a little impatient. Grandma smiled and began. Years ago, Sundarpur was divided. People argued over small things. Who could use the well, whose field was bigger, and who spoke the best language. One day, a fierce storm hit the village, and people were too busy fighting to notice their homes and crops were at risk. Then something amazing happened. The banyan tree, this very one, spread its branches to shield everyone from the storm. People took shelter beneath it, rich and poor, young and old. Under its shade, they realized how silly their fights were. They named the tree Vishwas, which means trust, as it reminded them to trust and respect one another. As Grandma finished, a bird chirped from the tree as if agreeing with her story. The children sat quietly, thinking. Then Meera said, So, Vishwas is like all of us together. It belongs to everyone. Ravi added, It teaches us that no matter where we come from or what language we speak, we are one family in this village. Kabir looked up at the tree and asked, But how can we show respect to everyone like Vishwas does? Grandma smiled. By listening to others, helping them, and appreciating their differences. Just like Vishwas gives its shade without asking who you are, we must care for others without judgment. The children nodded. From that day, they began to live the lessons Vishwas taught them. Ravi helped Kabir when he fell off a swing. Meera shared her colors with everyone, and Kabir learned to wait his turn to speak. Years passed, and the children grew up, carrying the values of Vishwas in their hearts. Sundarpur became known as a village of harmony and respect, where everyone celebrated their differences as part of a shared identity. And Vishwas, the wise banyan tree, stood tall and proud, its leaves whispering stories of unity to all who came under its shade. If you like this story, then join the movement we've started with Global Indian Network. Let's talk about Indianness, a shared identity, values, and culture that make us unique. Don't forget to subscribe to G Kids for more fun and inspiring stories that bring global Indian values to life.